Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, Cleveland city leaders have been working on ways to revive the economy.
That includes getting employees back downtown. As News 5's Cameron Justice shows us, those efforts are seeing some results.
Well, we've been working really hard over the course of the last several months on returning office workers into downtown.
Bringing workers back is one of the major goals that Downtown Cleveland Alliance has set to help the area recover economically from the impacts of the pandemic.
Foot traffic is on the rise, and foot traffic is the lifeblood for small businesses in downtown.
And the group says the push is working.
We've seen the numbers move. On any given day, there were about 48% of the office workers in downtown compared to before the pandemic. We just released our July recovery report. We have about 60% of office workers back in downtown on any given day.
AMS, a business management consultant, is helping to keep that number higher by opening a new office space after spending a decade elsewhere downtown.
Coming out of the pandemic is that people want to work differently. And so we've really listened to our employees in terms of when do they want to come in the office, how often do they want to come in the office, what do they want to do when they get in the office, and really taking that feedback to think about how we design the space.
That space also reflects a new approach to keep employees interested in being downtown.
Over the course of the last 10 years, we've seen more people actually live and move downtown, and people embrace all the facilities that are downtown. And so I think we have definitely, part of our deciding to stay downtown is all the facilities, the amenities, people being able to walk for lunch. And part of that is about attracting people to come back into the office after the last 2.5 years of people working remotely from home.
The city is hopeful more businesses follow their lead.
You know, we've seen a continued in-migration of businesses coming into downtown. Believe it or not, over the course of the pandemic, we've had over 76 storefront businesses open or move into downtown,
which in turn gets them closer to their goal of downtown economic recovery and success.
Our goal is really to get at least 80% of the workforce into downtown on any given day. If we can get back to 80%, that indicates that workers have some flexibility in their lives that they've come to appreciate and expect over the last couple of years. But it also means there's enough foot traffic to support small businesses during the course of the day.
In Cleveland, Cameron Justice, News 5.